Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scout Selections here for Sunday, December 15th. Before we get into today's play of the day, quick recap of what happened yesterday. We ended up picking up a loss with the Usman to win by decision in the UFC card, which was available at plus 120 on FanDuel. Unfortunately, we got through 4 rounds and 4 minutes and 10 seconds before Usman ended up knocking out Covington. According to the scorecards, it was split, I'd say, between 2 judges, 3-1 for Covington, 3-1 for Usman, and the last judge had a tie 2-2. However, Usman was clearly winning the 5th round, and he would have definitely gotten the decision victory if Covington was able to hold on for the last 50 seconds. But either way, we ended up picking up a loss on that one. Still got good odds on that at plus 120. I can't really complain too much, though, as we ended up getting a lucky winner in UFC the week prior with Rosenstruck with a knockout victory as he ended up knocking somebody out with 4 seconds left. So, it happens. Other than that, though, it wasn't really a great day for football. I know that we gave out the Rams earlier in the week, and they got absolutely embarrassed as Goff just looked awful, and the Cowboys ran for about 270 yards. Happens, but either way, we'll look to bounce back. The reason why the video is coming out so late and why I didn't have anything on today's football card is because of the fact that I was traveling back from Philadelphia, so I personally didn't have any time, and I was busy traveling, but I'm finally back home, so I had time to come out with the video, so I decided to not leave everybody with nothing for the day, and I will be giving out a look-ahead line for the NBA tomorrow, and we're going to dive into that right now, and the play of the day will be in a matchup between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Dallas Mavericks, as that game will be taking place tomorrow at 8 p.m., and for that game, we like the Milwaukee Bucks at home, which is available at minus 11 on PointsBet at minus 105. Now, the main reason why we like this spot here for the Bucks is due to the fact, first of all, it's worth mentioning that Luka Doncic is not going to be playing. He's probably going to be out for 2 weeks as he ended up suffering a pretty bad ankle sprain in the last game against Miami, as the Mavericks ended up losing that game in overtime. So Doncic, who's a top 3 player in the league, is not going to be playing. Where on the other hand, Milwaukee was resting Giannis here and there. He was on some injury reports. He ended up playing some games over the weekend in a back-to-back against Memphis and Cleveland. He's no longer on the injury report, so he is going to be playing in this game. He has been removed. He was questionable for a couple of days, but they officially taken him off. So Giannis is ready to go, and Doncic is not. I don't really just think that Dallas has enough offensive firepower to keep up with Milwaukee. Milwaukee's won 18 in a row, and they've won each of their last 3 games by at least 13 points. I just think this team is too talented for Dallas to handle, especially without Doncic. And I know Porzingis is an interesting matchup for Giannis because of the fact that they're both athletic and, they're both roughly 7 feet tall. But Giannis is too fast, and I think Giannis should be able to go for a big game in this one. Plus, Middleton's been really good. Bledsoe's played really well the last couple of games. And Milwaukee's 13-1 at home. They've won 18 straight. They're averaging 121 points per game. Dallas, they're 9-2 on the road, which is really good, but I really just question how well this team is going to play without Doncic. You need people like Brunson and Tim Hardaway Jr. to step up, and I just think that Milwaukee has too much offensive firepower for Dallas to deal with. Dallas did come back against Miami in their last game before losing in overtime as they were down 23 at the half. But at the end of the day, that game was at home, and Dallas has actually not played a road game since December 3rd. They had a long home stretch. Now they're traveling back on the road to Wisconsin to play Milwaukee without their best player. I just think it's a really bad spot for Dallas here. Milwaukee's been coasting for the last couple of days. Giannis is healthy again. I just think Giannis will be too much to handle. I think Milwaukee could win this game by 20+, but I think they should be able to cover this 11. So for that reason, the play of the day will be on the Milwaukee Bucks, minus 11, which is available on PointsBet at minus 105. Other than that, though, not really much to talk about for the rest of the leans because I'll be doing all that tomorrow. I will be resuming the videos at normal time tomorrow, so apologies for the late upload today. Philadelphia was fun. Ended up going to Parks Casino, and I ended up playing some poker, betting on some college basketball, and betting on some football as well. If you haven't been to Parks in Pennsylvania, I recommend it. It's a pretty nice area. They got a very nice sports book with a lot of TVs. Got to watch all the games and all the crazy covers on the hook and ladder plays late in the game. The Eagles game was nuts as they ended up covering late. It was also crazy with the end of the 49ers game. I'm happy the refs got it right, especially after Hooper. I don't know if he caught it or not, but they called it a touchdown in the field, and I didn't really think there was much to overturn that. But I'm happy that it ended up working itself out as Julio ended up getting correctly ruled that he crossed the plane. And other than that, though, it's very interesting as now San Francisco is in the wild card spot as Seattle now has a path to the 1 seed in the NFC. For the AFC, though, really nothing happened, I'd say. Just to recap what happened in football today, nothing really happened. Kansas City won easily. New England won easily. Oakland ended up choking in their last home game ever, getting outscored 17-0 in the second half, and then they ended up pelting pretty much pelting the field with beer bottles, and I saw some nachos on. I mean, they were just launching food onto the field, and I mean, it's the last game ever, and they ended up choking in embarrassing fashion to a team that doesn't care. Not a good look, but Oakland's going to Vegas anyway, so who cares? Other than that, though, not much else to talk about. I'll be talking about the plays for tomorrow during tomorrow's video, but the play of the day once again for Sunday, December 15th. Apologies once again for the late video, but the play of the day is on the Milwaukee Bucks -11, which is available at -105 on PointsBet. Other than that, though, that's going to be the installment of Scott's Selections here for Sunday, December 15th. And good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.